Hi guys, LSP here. Day 3, 18th of January 2018 of my 150 to 10k challenge. So, where are we? Where do we stand? My account currently sits at 165.53, and I'll just get it out of the way now. I've said over and over and over again on Twitter and in my videos that I'm a very aggressive trader, and the risk is going to be skewed because it's a small account, and I'm going to build it aggressively in the early stages, and then we'll taper off as we get further along. And I've done this before. I've done this before many times, and I've done it publicly on Facebook as well. So I'm happy. I'm confident with the way that I'm trading, and that's that. The trades that I took today, I'll just drop down to a 15-minute chart, and I'll show you on the account history. You can see that was the last trade that I took on the 17th. And then today on the 18th at 6:22 GMT in the morning, which is actually 5:22. It shows up here on this platform as 6:15, but it's not. This is the broker that I use is European time. It's an hour forward. So basically, I took the trade at 5:22, and then this one was at 10:34, 10:30. So very early in the morning, I took this trade, and I got into this trade here. It goes up. This is where the initial stop was, and I took it at a 9 pip stop. Manually exited the trade. Didn't feel comfortable. I felt it was going to continue going higher. We had this little dip, comes back up, and then we had this rejection candle just here, which for me, we just popped outside the Asian range, which is this area here. So we popped outside the Asian range, and I thought, this is pretty much it. This is where we're going to get at least a move to the low of the day, and I would have been happy with 20 to 30 pips back inside the Asian range, but it didn't. It just continued going, and I took a full stop out on this, which I was happy to do. It's fine. You can see here 475 loss, 1110 loss. Now, what can we learn from this? When you have a winning trade, that's great, right? Sorry, just having a sip of tea. When you have a winning trade, that's great. There's not really much to learn from that. You followed your rules, and you exited with a winning trade. You made some money. But when you have a losing trade, instead of going crazy and trying to figure out how you can get your money back and getting back in, you'll notice that I stopped my trading at this point. I didn't continue trading for the rest of the day. I wasn't comfortable with the way that the market was moving. I wasn't getting any, movement in my favor. Stop trading. Why would I? There's absolutely no need. And this is the mark of a seasoned trader, to be able to just say, look, this is just not happening today, and just walk away. It's not the end of it's not the end of the world. I'm probably done for the week. So unless something amazing happens tomorrow, then it's unlikely that I'll be trading for the remainder of the week. But what can we learn from our losing trades? First of all, what I like to do is look at the reasons why I entered the trade and why it failed. And then start to look at, did I do something wrong? Did I break my rules? Was I, entering a trade that didn't fit the plan or the criteria that I would normally use, to get into a trade, and so on and so on. Kind of reverse engineer the trade. So the first trade is here, and what I'm going to do, I'm just going to mark out a trend line. I'll just make it a little bit thicker, okay? And I'm going to mark out where I entered the trade. Okay, so I entered the trade there, and the second trade I entered here. All right. So let's look at what's happening here. We had this really nice move up, consolidation, drop, back up, pop outside the range of Monday's high, and then immediately back in. Okay, and look at what we do. We break that low. It starts to continue going lower, comes back up. Okay, retests the previous low, right? And then comes back down. That was the trade that I took yesterday, which you'll see in day two's video. Next candle breaks the low. So here's your low here. Okay, or retests the low anyway. It doesn't actually, sorry, I just turned the phone off. Doesn't actually break the low, but retests the low, and then we get this really nice pop from there. But look at actually what's happening. We've reversed, we've broken, let's get rid of that one and I'll show you this one. We've broken this small high here, okay, so it's a swing point here. Market comes back up, breaks this swing point, but look where it stops. 35 pips from the high. Yeah, it doesn't keep going. We immediately get this really nice sharp candle down, continuation, breaks the lows, okay, both of them. All right, first low, so Tuesday's low, Wednesday's low, breaks, and then starts to come back in, a little bit of follow through, comes back up, back into a swing point. Yeah, and that's why I took the trade, because it was coming back into after, not just it was coming back into this swing point, you know, or this previous low, and now I'm just going to take it because, you know, it has to be resistance. No, the context, the story behind the move, what's price actually doing? Yeah, we've established it went higher, it broke this point here, continues going. From this point here, for me personally, this should have carried on. It should have just carried on going because it's showing strength. It's showing that it doesn't want to go any lower. This, sorry for the noise, this move here, that's enough for me to show me that the market wants to go lower. Right? And we've got plenty of void down here. You know, we've got some inefficiency here. We've got a nice consolidation for a retest here. We've got some inefficiency here. We've got some equal lows down here. There's plenty of reason for euro to continue this sharp drop and start to retest some of these areas, consolidation areas, inefficiencies. There's a reason for it to do that. So this is showing me that it wants to continue going lower, break these lows. It's not like it came down here, broke these lows, and then immediately reversed and started to go, you know, parabolic. This is, you know, showing a good decent sell-off. Small retracement, a little bit of follow through, small retracement, indecision. So coming back into this previous low after all of this is enough for me to take a short. The reason that I got out of the trade at the time though is because it wasn't following through as quickly as I expected it to, because we were just coming into Frankfurt Open, London Open, and this should have carried on. You know, if it was going to go, it would have gone from there, and it didn't. And then I subsequently took another trade a little bit higher, because I thought, all right, look, if we've come here and we're not getting any follow through, all right, fine, no problem. Then I'll wait for it to come a little bit higher into the swing point, get a better price, and then get the follow through that I'm looking for. And you can see my targets were down here to fit in this inefficiency here. Never got it. It just continued going higher, and that was enough for me to just say, right, look, that's fine, I'm going to get out of the marketplace. So did I do anything wrong? Did I go against my trading plan? Did I act in a way that is impulsive or incorrect? You know, did I follow the rules that I've set for myself? And in this case, yes, I did. You know, I followed all the rules that I have laid out. I followed my trading plan, and there's absolutely no reason for me not to take those trades. And when you arrive at that point, you can say with confidence, I can say with confidence, absolutely, that these were just normal trades that get stopped out. Nothing more, nothing less. And because of that, that gives me the confidence to stay calm. I followed my rules. I know that I didn't, you know, deviate from my rules. There's absolutely no reason for me to go nuts and try and get my money back, and, you know, the market owes me something. It's, you know, you don't need to do any of that silly stuff. You know, if you follow your rules and you're happy with the way that you followed your rules and you trust the system that you're using, then there's no reason for you to let your emotions get the best of you. So let's briefly just touch on, let's say I did do something wrong. Okay, and I'll go down to 15 minutes, we've just got a little bit more to play with. Let's say, for argument's sake, all right, that I took this first trade and I was happy with that one, but then this second trade, I'm just trying to pick something that would be wrong with this, which there isn't for my personal trading, but let's just say, for argument's sake, time of day. Let's just say, okay, look, and remember it says 11:30 there, but it's not. It's actually 10:30 GMT. Let's say at 10:30 GMT that one of my rules is to not trade between 10 and 11 o'clock GMT. All right, and I took this trade. Then I've broken a rule. I've broken one of my trading plans, my parameters for not, for not entering the marketplace. And let's say that I did do that. In that case, then you make a note. You take a screenshot of this. You can either print the chart out, take a screenshot, and then type on the overlay, or just put an overlay over there and type on it and say, look, broke my trading rule, entered the trade between the hours of 10 and 11 GMT, and mark it off. So you have a visual representation of the mistake that you made, so you can log it, track it, and make sure that it doesn't happen again. Because if you can correct your mistakes, then you're never going to make them. I'll say it a different way. If you can stop making that mistake the first time you make it and you recognize it, and then don't make that mistake again, your trading is going to go through the roof and you'll learn so much quicker. So, I don't want to overexhaust this. And as I get sort of more refined in my videos, they're going to be, because as I've said before, they're scripted. These videos are not scripted. These videos are just, off the cuff, me just talking about what's happening and what I've done, sort of throughout the day. But as we progress and we get into, more and more time that goes by, the videos will become a lot more refined, and what I'm gonna try and do is I'm gonna try and implement some lessons inside the videos themselves. So I'll go through, for example, a daily recap, just going over the day's events, whether I've traded or not, and then maybe in the second portion, if I've taken any trades on that day, then I'll do what I did today, explain why, my reasoning behind the trade, and maybe show some of the little nuances that I look for when I'm trading the euro or when I'm trading cable, and I think you'll like them. I think you'll enjoy what you see, and I think you'll enjoy watching me sort of explain the ins and outs and the ups and downs of what I'm going to be going through throughout this journey. So look forward to those. In the meantime, it's just gone past midnight. I'm going to get myself off to bed because I've got to get up at quarter to 5. So I'm going to be exhausted. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I do apologise if I sound like I'm a bit tired. I am very, very tired today. I've had a lot of work, a lot of stuff going on, and I feel a little bit drowsy, to be honest. So I'm trying to get these videos done a little bit earlier because it allows me the freedom to, number one, be a little bit more awake, but number two, to talk more freely, and not worry too much about waking anybody up or causing any issues in the house. So we'll leave it there for now. Like I said, pretty much done for the week. I will monitor the markets tomorrow. It's unlikely that I'm going to be opening a trade though. If I do though, obviously it's going to be because it follows the rule set that I have. But as of now, current balance sits at 165.53. So I'm up about 10% on the account at the minute, which you can see on the MyFX book, which is in the description below. And that's it. So I look forward to seeing you in the review video tomorrow. And until then, I wish you all the best.